Welcome to the Agility in Real Life podcast, Take 5 in Real Life. Now your hosts, Mike Studeman and Jeff Lee.
Hello, and welcome back to the take5IRL podcast from agilityIRL. I am Jeff Lee, one of the partners at agilityIRL.
And I'm Mike Studeman, one of the other partners at agilityIRL.
All right, Mike, we were talking about the Scrum Master and ways in a recent episode about ways that the Scrum Master can fail. What are some ways that Scrum Masters can set themselves up for success, potentially with career development?
Yeah, great question, Jeff. One of the things that we both talk about when we're training, when we're coaching, is that a great Scrum Master is a lifelong learner. So I think one way that a Scrum Master can set themselves up for success is just by being active within the community, attending webinars, attending conferences, being active in user groups where they can not only interact with other Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, but also pick up tips and tricks that they can take back and try on the teams that they serve.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, that's part of the Scrum Master job, right? Like a lot of us think that, if I'm going to do a webinar, it's only if I don't have anything else scheduled during that time. So I'll kind of tentatively block it off. No, block that off. That's real work that you're doing. It's going to help your team. It's going to help your organization. So I agree. Absolutely prioritize that. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think another way that a Scrum Master can kind of develop career-wise is by starting to expand outside of just the Scrum realm, outside of even the Agile realm. Look at topics like systems thinking, human dynamics, team dynamics, team evolution, and pull some tools from those schools of thought in that they can apply.
Yeah, adding to that, Scrum, the Scrum guide's not that long. It's roughly 14 pages if you print it out. It changes once every handful of years, right? So but as a Scrum Master, I'd recommend you go back out there and read it at least a couple times a year, and pay attention to not how the process works. How the process works. Pay attention to the little words that talk about the other parts. What you're really trying to get out of this, some of the philosophy, the underlying principles. What does it say about the Scrum values? All those kinds of things. And just, I try to do that every quarter. Make sure I go out and read it again. It's fairly well committed to memory, but every once in a while, it's a good reminder for something you may have forgotten.
No, it's a good recommendation. I mean, even the best athletes in the world go back to the fundamentals occasionally to make sure that their fundamentals are solid. And as Scrum Masters, as Scrum practitioners, we should do the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, one other resource I wanted to bring up, give a plug to the people out at scrum.org. They have a series of learning pathways, one for Scrum Masters, one for product owners, for developers, for leaders, which basically is a lot of articles, blogs, number of different things, and you can create an account out there and track what you've read and what you haven't read. It's going to take you years to get through all that information, but you can really prioritize what's important to me right now. What do I need help with? And it'll give you some ideas on a blog to read that might lead you to a book that's going to help you a lot. Yeah,
it's a great program. I think, looking at classes outside of the traditional Scrum Master, Advanced Scrum Master, PSPO2, PSPO3 type of thing, classes on facilitation, classes on leadership, classes on, some of those product discovery techniques like user story mapping, all good ways for a Scrum Master to continue to develop.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you pointed out the leadership aspect. One of the changes in the Scrum Guide the last time was revised was to change the verbiage from servant leader to true leader, which a Scrum Master really is. So getting really deep in that leadership aspect is also going to help you coach leaders in your organization. So it's a very important one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that I would kind of put a bow on this session, Jeff, is as a Scrum Master, you're called to be a lifelong learner. What you want to learn under that charter is up to you. Regardless of what it is, you have to put time into it. As you said earlier, it's part of your job, part of your responsibility.
Absolutely. That's a good bow. We'll end it at that. So thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
The product vision for Take5 in Real Life is to provide members of the Agile community with an idea that they can incorporate into their daily lives to make them more effective. We thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.